Today, Deputy Prosecuting Attorney Katherine Kealoha and her husband, former Honolulu Police Chief Louis Kealoha, as well as 4 members of the department's Criminal Intelligence Unit, were indicted by a federal grand jury on charges of conspiracy, obstruction, making false statements to a federal officer, bank fraud, and aggravated identity theft. The 20-count indictment describes a complex web of fraud, deception, and obstruction by a husband and wife team so desperate to fund their lifestyle and maintain their self-professed status as Honolulu's power couple that they swindled hundreds of thousands of dollars from banks, credit unions, and some of the most vulnerable members of the community, including a disabled uncle, a 98-year-old grandmother, and 2 minor children who were under Katherine Kealoha's guardianship.
This week's arrest hurt the Honolulu Police Department and the entire community. These allegations are extremely serious. I want to assure the public that the actions that have been alleged do not represent the values of HPD. HPD has been and will continue to cooperate with the federal investigators. I ask the public not to let the actions of a few officers taint the good work that our 2,500 employees, both sworn and civilian, do every day.
Local publications have referred to the Kealohas as the dynamic duo. Unfortunately, the indictment alleges that instead of using their powers to seek justice and uphold the rule of law, they did everything they possibly could to undermine it.
Right now, I think that we have enough to manage and have that oversight. As a new chief comes in, he or she needs to understand that, like any other division, any other district, you need your personnel to be held to a high standard, and you need to supervise these people to make sure that you know what they're doing and what they're not doing. So they have a job to do, they need to do that job, whatever that task is.